First of all, we're going to talk about our, like, how we met and stuff like that. As people need to know. They don't know anything. I think there's speculation online about everything about you.
It's mad, yeah.
And I've read it all of it. And it's all wrong. So we'll talk about that later. But first of all, this podcast is going to be remote, around the world, different guests, different background. We are in Dubai, where we can see the marina from that side, not that side.
Yeah,
exactly. It's a cool place. It's a cool place.
We're in the marina. We're in some big skyscraper.
And there's a reason we're here.
Yeah.
Because this is where your company's based, our company's based.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big business moves.
Big changes in our lives, all three of us. Big changes. And you'll see it on Kurt Caz 2.0, douche.0. And we'll get into that later. What we're going to talk about first is how we met. Because there's a funny story. We met in Acapulco. 2020, October, November.
I don't know.
About two years ago, you DM'd me and said, "Yo, oi, brah, you in Acapulco?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we went and had a drink. Met Juanita. A long time ago, met Juanita.
It's getting romantic up in here.
I know. And we were.
I think I might need a shot.
We were laughing yesterday about people saying, "You've changed. Kurt Caz has changed." Kurt Caz hasn't changed. Kurt Caz hasn't changed. You've exactly the same.
You just haven't been exposed.
You haven't seen, because you just release your videos that people want to see and that you enjoy making. But you haven't changed. You just do. Oh, actually, what's changed? You haven't got $10 in your bank account anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mad.
So there was a point when I left Acapulco and you messaged me saying, I've got no money.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I've got a day left.
I arrived in Mexico. No, I arrived from Mexico to Cartagena, and I was staying in this nice hotel. It was like $20 a night. And after 2 nights, I messaged Martin. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in a little bit of a problem. I don't have any more money left. Just letting you know in case I need some reinforcement here." Luckily, my brother sent me some backup money. So
it was close because you were waiting for your first payment from the Egypt videos, your first ever.
Yeah, that only came like 3 months later. I was in Medellin. That only came the first month in Medellin, which was like 2 months after I arrived in Colombia.
Yeah.
So I was like 2 months in Colombia surviving.
But it was proper because in Acapulco, you were staying in. Should we tell them a story about the voice message you sent me?
Oh yeah.
And the notes. So I turned my phone off to go to sleep, which he hates. Because he knows I've gone to sleep because the message doesn't go through.
Yeah.
And you sent me a message saying something along the lines of, "There's somebody being killed outside the apartment."
Literally was. The receptionist was getting strangled by police because he was smoking a joint on the street. And in Mexico, they started strangling the receptionist and they tried to actually rob the reception. I got an Instagram post about it ages ago. And that was scary. I locked myself in the bathroom. I'm like, fuck, the mafia is coming after me because I filmed the video that same day in the hood, looking for the cartel in the hood. And the same night, somebody's getting strangled outside my door. Screaming. So I locked myself in the bathroom. I called the police. I'm like, there's someone dying outside my door. The police don't answer. It's Mexico. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's me next. And then I text him, he doesn't reply, I'm like, I'm dead. There was a little window in the bathroom. It was about this big. I was like, okay, I have 2 options. They're either gonna kidnap me and torture me, or I'm gonna jump through this window, survive like a 2-story fall. I was just waiting for them to come. I was ready.
So I woke up, read the message, and went, haha.
Yeah.
Cool, well, that sounds fun. But then I can't find the voice message, but you sent me a voice message. Or maybe you show me it in person of the noise of the.
Yeah. So, the what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long time. Well, it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like it was ages ago. It's 2 years ago.
Life's changed drastically.
Drastically.
So
I remember I left and you didn't know whether to leave Mexico or not. Because I left Acapulco and went to Mexico City. And then eventually went to Colombia and you were like, "Is it cooler?" But yeah, it looks
well,
cool.
Actually, the thing is, like, I was planning to go to Guatemala because my dad, he went to Mexico and he did Guatemala. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. But when I did the south of Mexico, I was like, I've already seen Guatemala already. It's very similar. I don't really, I feel like going somewhere different. And I didn't know where to go. I had little money. And Martin's like, come to Colombia. I checked flights to Cartagena were like $100. So I was like, okay, let's go. Let's go. And then rest is history.
You became Mr. Colombia.
Mr. Colombia.
Most people, I guess, who know me and you just see me in the Pakistan videos. They probably didn't see the spicy snails video.
Yeah.
They probably didn't see my Peru videos. They don't know we were in Dominican Republic together. You said to me, Dominican.
Yeah.
Dominicans, cool. People there are cool. The country's cool. Just go. So I flew there, and we weren't meant to cross paths. I was meant to leave the day you arrived, but from a different city, if you remember.
Yeah.
I was flying out of Santo Domingo, and you were flying out of Punta Cana.
Yeah.
But then you text me saying, "Bro,
Flight's been cancelled. Yeah.
I'm in Santo Domingo."
I'm in Santo Domingo.
That was
Just meet. Then we met, and the rest was history, like always.
I said to you, you've got to go to Haiti. Because I went on purpose, I didn't make any videos, but I like borders. So I went to the border, and I got to the border. You've gone over it on the motorbike, people have seen in the Haiti video. And as soon as I went to walk across that river, out of nowhere, guy with a shotgun. No. I was like, what? And he's talking to me for ages. He was being calm. And he was like, just go through the border. I was like, I can't. COVID restrictions means I won't be able to get into Greece tomorrow. And he was like, no. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
But you obviously got took by Mackenzie somewhere else.
That's the thing, like, a lot of my videos, a lot of these great ideas comes from my brother and from Martin. Like crossing the border into Haiti. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Martin's like, go do voodoo. Let's go.
Got to do it. So this is the thing we talk about. I have a lot of ideas that would be class. However, I'm not the person to make that video. Kurt Caz is the person to make that video. If I made it, it'd be mediocre. It'd be mediocre. It wouldn't be great. It's a fucking whiskey. You're looking for it.
Sure.
Oh, God. I'm not having any more. But I know you can pull it off, and that's why I say go do this video. There's a video coming out which you haven't edited yet. I don't know if the video will be out by the time with Kevin.
Who knows? They'll see soon. They'll soon find out.
Kevin.
So, salute.
Yeah, salute to Kevin for the Pachamama. Don't do that though. Yeah.
Let's explain a bit the whole story, why we're here, and we haven't explained that. Why you here? Why my brother's here? Why we here? What are we doing in Dubai? And what are the plans? Like the whole news. We haven't explained that.
No, I mean it was in my list, but we'll jump it in now. You start. I think they want to hear you talk.
So, my brother and I arrived to Dubai 2 days ago. Actually, let me go a little bit back. So, I've started a new channel. It's called Kurt Caz 2.0. It's for videos, it's for vlogs and behind the scene type videos where we can just film a whole bunch of random content that doesn't make it on the first channel, basically. It's a little bit more than that, but that's it summed up. Gonna do mad stuff on there too. Since Martin and I have met, he has always been, we met basically when I started this adventure.
We had the exact same amount of subscribers at the time.
We had the same amount of subs. And since the day that we met, Martin has always been a figure in my life that has always pointed me in the right direction and has always wanted to see me succeed. Mm-hmm. And through these last 2 years, of course other people as well, but we're talking about Martin here. And throughout these last 2 years, every move that I've made that has taken me to the next level, Martin has been there in the sideline being like, yeah, go do this, go do that. Oh, I think we should do this. I think you should do that. While he's running his own channel, he's been pumping me up. And recently, when I started this new channel, so here's the thing. A lot of people don't know this. I had been suffering with depression. I was in a really dark place. I was sad. I had no reason to get up in the mornings. I was like, I was emotionally and how would you say? I was psychologically and emotionally down. I was going through that period of my life, and I didn't know what to do. I'd accomplished everything on my main channel. I hit 1 million subs, whatever. 1 million's not that much, but for me, I didn't expect it happening like this overnight. So I got what I wanted to do. I did all the videos I wanted to do in Latin America and more. I didn't even think too much of it. And I was like, okay, shit, what are we gonna do now? I mean, I can still do the same flipping hood vlogs, walking around with the camera like, oh yeah, hey guys, blah, 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 same shit over and over again. If you watch all these other YouTubers, they do the same stuff because it worked once and then it starts to fade out. You know, as a creator, you have to level up and you have to expand and grow and evolve, and you just have to get better. That's why the first channel is so hard to keep up, because the more content you make, the better it has to get. You can't keep doing the same shit. That's what people don't understand. They're like, we're happy with market videos. No, maybe you guys are happy with that. I'm not happy with that. I can't do that. I don't, you know, for me, this is not just about money. This is, you know, I enjoy creating content.
Making entertaining content. That's my passion. I love doing this. I've done this since I was a kid, with my brother, with my friends. So for me to walk around and film the same videos I was doing 1 year ago, it doesn't fulfill me. So I was in a really bad place. I was like done. I broke up with my girlfriend. There was some toxic stuff going on there. So I broke up with her, and then I was alone with nothing to do, with no goals, with nothing to wake up in the morning. And I was like, what am I gonna do? So I was sitting for 6 months. People don't know this. 6 months in a really dark place. And it took me 6 months to come up with a direction. And finally, I thought, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this thing. I love this. I'm not gonna stop creating. I'm not gonna stop making content. I'm not gonna stop doing the thing I like. I'm just gonna branch it off in another way where I can create more, where I can be more free and express myself better, like right now. And I came up with this idea. I told Martin, and he's like, and we said together, why don't you just manage the whole thing? Why don't you manage me? Why don't you become Kurt Caz manager? And he was like, let's go. He's basically been doing it since the beginning anyways. So now officially, I get paid for it.
Officially from today, 1st of November, Martin is my manager. My brother is the cameraman for the channel. This is just the beginning. We're gonna do mad things. Just wait. People don't understand. It might sound cheesy, but you don't understand. They don't see the final product. I have the steps in my head. Like while I'm thinking of these things, I see the goal points, we reach them. I can see, like right now, sitting here, I saw this 3 weeks ago. I saw us sitting here. Everything that we plan out, I see it happening, and just watch. In a couple of months from now, people are gonna be like, oh, I get it. I get it.
Yep.
So that's the whole thing. So that's what we're doing here. Sat here in Dubai Mall, shooting a podcast, part of the vlog for the Kurt Caz 2.0.
You will see a bit of this if you go and watch that video, which I assume you will. You'll see a bit of what Tom's recording now over the behind the scenes footage of what we're doing now. I wanted to do something because I've traveled to how many countries? 60 something. I've got stories from all of these countries because I spend a load of time there. But I only tell you, my mum, a couple of friends about them because I don't put it in videos because no one would watch them. No one would watch me sitting explaining what it's really like in these countries.
Yeah.
But with somebody who's been to these countries or somebody who's done this sort of stuff, the audience wants to know and I can explain it properly. So I'm going to have other guests and then obviously we're going to be together a lot. So you'll be back and again and again and again. There's too much that we've got to talk about to put in one episode. So they're going to get a bit. I've got a list of stuff, but we're definitely not going to get through it all. Kurt Caz Army. It's a company. It's us.
It's us.
But I'm going to use my logic and direction to make sure you get your class content out on Kurt Caz main channel. Tom's here constantly filming for Kurt Caz 2.0 to show the other stuff we do because we do loads of stuff.
That's not on camera. We do a lot of stuff.
Nobody knows we went to Dominican together. We were there in Santa. Do you remember so the thing exploded on the high street? We were sat there having a coffee and the thing exploded behind us.
Oh,
in the shop. No one knows that happened because it wasn't on camera.
There's a lot of stuff that we do that is just quality for a second channel that just doesn't go on the internet, and so some of it is even better than the first channel, you know, like so. Yeah, and it's on its way. You can't be filming all the time, so that's why. Yeah, from a third perspective, I like it. It's a new chapter. We're going in a different direction, you know, to evolve and expand as creators. You have to take risks, and that's it. Big business, man. Let's go.
Take a second to talk about a sponsor who sponsored the first ever podcast. Well, let's go. Do you have a website? If you're an influencer or a small business owner, why don't you have one? You need an online presence because people are searching for what you do and you're not there. Pagejo is an online website builder, easy to use and maintain. If you click the link in the description, their UK-based team will help you set up your website. Mine was built on there and it's class.
How tall are you? I'm
6'8".
Yeah,
Let's go.
I typed into Google and YouTube Kurt Caz to find your channel. There's a lot of stuff there, and the reason they're there is because people search for it. Why does it say Kurt Caz robbed?
Oh, because you think I got robbed.
But you didn't get robbed.
I've never been robbed.
No.
They've tried to rob me.
So, on that, Haiti, what happened at the... I know what happened when you got back to the hotel, but you put the video.
So, yeah, in Haiti, some guys tried to extort me to do some voodoo. And they wanted like close to $1,000. They tried to trick me. Then they tried to extort me. They brought me back to the hotel. I said, yeah, I'll give you the money when I get to the hotel. Then when I got to the hotel, I didn't give them the money. I just gave them some money. And then, yeah, I mean, it's in the video, I just like, they just left.
But you didn't want to expose the hotel owner. It were dead friendly, because that's where I stayed too. But then,
Man's forgot.
Yeah,
what did you say?
What I was going to say. What I was going to say, you got banned from the Dominican.
Oh yeah.
You got banned from the Dominican Republic.
That is disappointing. I got banned from the Dominican Republic. Who gets banned from a whole country? I can think of name a handful of people: Osama bin Laden, Edward Snowden, Julian Assange,
Kurt
Caz, Hitler, even though he's dead. Who gets banned from a country?
But you got banned for nothing.
I got banned for nothing.
Really happened.
I crossed the border and did voodoo in Haiti, which is a neighboring country, and I got banned from the Dominican Republic. So if there's any official watching this on this, if there's any official from Dominican official, please unban me. I want to go back.
So you flew there, got detained at the border, and sent back to Brazil.
I got detained and they sent me back. They took my passport. They escorted me to all the flights. They escorted me through the airports. I couldn't leave. I couldn't do anything. They had my passport. They escorted me. I had a two-person escort me back to Brazil.
Mad. And you went there to, I would say your big video there, where you went round and you got your hair cut, was a positive video.
Which one?
The 10 million view or so one. It was a positive video.
Oh yeah, the one in the hood, yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was just going around.
They didn't like the fact that you showed what it's like over that border.
I think it's because I crossed the border illegally.
I think it's because it showed McKendy and that other guy telling the border guards what's happening.
Exactly. That's it.
How's
crossing
that your
the border.
That's their fault.
Crossing the border illegally without them stamping my. Well, they didn't care to stamp the passport, eh?
No.
So it was their fault.
So you banned Kurt Caz, banned from Dominican Republic.
Unban me, please. Country number one. Which country are we going for number two?
Well, not Dubai. No.
No. Let's. Peru. Peru's fine. We can get banned from Peru. Let's go.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Kurt Caz got a knife pulled on him.
Oh yeah, I have had a couple of knives pulled on me actually, especially in Colombia. Actually, only in Colombia. I've had like 2-3 guys try to pull out knives. I had one guy pull out an actual knife, like a hook knife, and then another guy in Cartagena. Let me explain that one first. Just jump in the gun.
I don't think I know about this hook one.
No?
No.
So I was walking in Medellin. The first day I arrived in Medellin, some guy was selling candies. I was with my friend. And the guy asked us, hey man, please buy a candy. And we said, no, thanks, we gotta go. And we left and he said, hey, gringo! And he shouted something at us. I couldn't speak good Spanish at the time. And he was like, gringo! We were like, what? He's like, buy the candy. And my friend was like, hey, let's get some respect. Literally 5 seconds later, the guy rocks up next to us with a hooked knife, like this big. No, like this big, but it was hooked, bent like this. And he's shaking, he's looking at us, he's like, oh, you don't know who I am, blah, 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 blah. Fucking gringos, this is Colombia, I'm from Venezuela or some shit like that. I'm gonna, whatever, saying a whole bunch of stuff in Spanish. And my friend wanted to fight him. And I was like to my friend, no, let's just keep on going. And yeah, that was the first time somebody tried something with us. Actually, I've had a knife pulled on me before in France, but that doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. This is, no. And then in Cartagena, this was before actually, so we're mixing back. Another guy tried to pull a knife on me, and yeah, I've had a few people try with knives, but they never pull through.
So that's the thing.
Slap
People
the
always. How is Kurt Caz not dead yet? How has Kurt Caz not been robbed? How has Kurt Caz not been taken by the cartel? But you're not just running around like an idiot. You have sense about you, what's happening behind you and around you.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff you do is actually super dangerous. It
Yeah.
just is. There's no getting away from it. It's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, there's a risk involved in all the videos, hey. Even just walking down the streets in some little village to go film a market video in South America is a risk. So people are like, why don't you just go film market videos? Why don't you just go and film this video walking down the street? We're happy with that. No, there's a risk in everything you do in Latin America, especially with a camera. And as a foreigner, you're just a target, and anything can happen at any time. And yeah, doing these dangerous things, of course, is dangerous. But you know, I say, and I truly believe it's from growing up in South Africa.
Definitely.
We were born and raised in an environment where you're living with your head on a swivel. What the fuck was that noise? Anyways, you're living with your head on a swivel, and you just have to be ready all the time. You have two eyes on the back of your head, because it's such a dangerous environment, and yeah, you just have to be ready all the time. And it's the same, like when I go out, I know how to deal with these type of people. I'm already 2 steps ahead of these type of people. You know, like if I put myself in a dodgy situation with a group of guys that could be gangsters or drug dealers, and I'm hanging out with them on camera or off camera, I'm having a drink with them or whatever, and I suss the situation out. I feel the situation out. You know, I'm thinking, okay, what are they thinking now? I'm seeing myself from the third perspective. What are they thinking now? I've already planned everything 2 steps ahead. They're gonna probably ask me for money in the next couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna say, oh no, this, or I'm gonna do this, or if they try to do this, then I'm gonna do this. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it's built in me to be super self-aware first, and be aware of my surroundings, and just know, and kind of, it's like you're reading people. I feel my biggest skill in life is reading people. That's why that's why I've gained the popularity that I have with this, is because I have a skill with reading people. You know, just like the body language and stuff like that, whatever.
You've done that in my videos. You've watched something and went, I knew instantly that this guy was gonna do this.
Yeah.
You can tell, where I can tell a bit later on, but nowhere as quick as you.
Yeah.
I can definitely sense the danger. I can see that happening, so I get out quickly. Yeah. With people danger. Yeah. It happened in France near the Eiffel Tower. I've got a short.
I can just sense people if they have another motive behind them. You know, if they have a exterior motive, I can just pick that up straight away. If somebody's sincere, or if they're trying to get something out of this.
That happens a lot now, and it increases with the fame.
Yeah.
You get people, and it's going to ruin it for genuine people, but so many people try. When I've been in your videos, my inbox gets full of people trying to get something from me that they weren't before. They get completely ignored, but you get that obviously 100 times more. Yeah. But you can spot that even in messages.
I've lost so many friends in the last year that I thought were friends that weren't actually friends. They just befriended me, and then I realized down the line that these people are out to get something from me, and that is becoming a common occurrence. Yeah. So like, things have changed in my life. I can't just hang out with random people anymore. You know, I used to be able to do that, and it's a complete different thing. And it's not about paranoia or anything. It's just, I feel it now. People have an exterior motive. And you know, even if I'm not that big on social media, people still, they're like, oh, damn, I can get something out of this.
But that's big for them, and they think they can get something out of it.
They think they can get something out of it.
And that's sad, because people you thought were friends, you figured out they're trying to get something, or they've just decided they want something, or new people, you're also going to have a guard up of, they're gonna want something from me. When are they gonna do this thing?
It's like that with girls now too. It's so hard for me to form relationships with friends and girls, because I always have a guard up. I've mentioned this a couple of times, like on Instagram stories and stuff. It's just, yeah, it gets harder and harder to trust people that you meet, new people to let into your circle. It gets harder for that. It gets hard to become close to girls as well, because after a while you realize, okay, they're just out for something. They're not.
That, I just want to jump in one second.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're talking about Marianny. But that wasn't her motive.
No,
Yeah.
Marianny was not like that.
We don't need to talk much about it, but that just shut people up saying that she was in for that reason.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about people. I have nothing bad to say about her. But that's not the case.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with Marianny. I'm just not in a space of my life to have a relationship with one girl at this time.
Douche.
Yeah, I'm not in the point in my life where I can have a relationship.
Marianny's successful now. She's happy. She's traveling the world, and she's got a good
Yeah.
YouTube channel. I think we can move on from that. That just shuts everyone up online. What I want to go back to, because I was about to jump in with something else. Where are you from? Why you say you're South African and German? What's that about?
I'm sorry, I'm actually Swedish.
Swedish. Why? Yeah. Why is Kurt Caz say he's from Germany and South Africa?
You can have two nationalities at the same time, by the way, in case you didn't know that. You can have two nationalities at the same time. You can have dual citizenships. You can have South African and German at the same time. So I am South African and German. Let's just get that out the way.
Where you were born?
I was born and raised in South Africa, to a South African mom and to a German dad, and I lived a couple of years in Germany, and that's that. My German is really shit. I learned German in Germany. I don't feel German. I don't feel South African. I don't feel any kind of. I don't belong. I'm Colombian. Fuck it, Colombian.
Because there's a reason why you used to say I'm from Germany. People don't understand that white South Africans exist in some countries.
Yeah, I just used to say it because it's easier. Hey,
it's easier.
It's still easier today. I go to Latin America. I'm from Germany. They're like, Alemania. I say I'm from South Africa. South Africa, ¿qué es eso? Blah blah blah. And I got to explain it. It's a schlep. So just saying Germany is easier, or just saying Sweden is easier, or just saying Austria is easier. But if you say South Africa, people are like, what? I'm from South Africa. I was born and raised in South Africa. I feel more South African than I do feel German. I don't even feel German 1%.
But you sound South African. For native English speakers, they can hear it.
Yeah, people who know the South African accent know it. But yeah, I don't feel South African either, you know.
Exactly. Well, I noticed as well, you pick up, when you're around me, you say my words. When you're around your brother, you say his words. When you're around someone else in Latin America, you say their words. But you've moved around so much, that's going to happen.
Yeah, you just adapt, hey. Yeah. When you live in Colombia, you start speaking like Colombians. When you live in the UK, you start saying, right, mate, how's it going, mate?
Yeah.
You know? So that's just how it is.
And some people noticed how quickly you picked up Spanish. When I met you, you knew no Spanish.
And you, hola, ¿cómo estás?
I said something to the waiter in Spanish. He went, oh, you speak Spanish? And I was like, yeah, it's all right. And then,
to you?
Yeah, to me. You were like, you speak Spanish? I learned a bit of it. I mean, I can definitely join in conversations and talk. But now
you understand basically
100%.
everything.
Yeah. I can join in, and I've probably forgotten a lot, but I was there for 8 months or something, and I mean,
what in Mexico?
In Latin America, just in general. Spanish is a class language. It's good to speak. It's boss hearing your progression of how quickly you've become Venezuelan or Colombian.
Yeah, Colombian.
Yeah.
I spoke zero Spanish in the beginning, and then I picked up a Colombian accent. It's pretty mad. And I didn't realize I had a Colombian accent until I went to another Latin American country, and they're like, why are you speaking Colombian? Yeah. I was like, oh shit. Chimba, parce.
So you speak English, Spanish, Afrikaans?
I don't speak Afrikaans. I can have a basic conversation in Afrikaans, and I understand 90% of what people say in Afrikaans. I wouldn't say I can speak it. I can have a conversation.
I mean, you and Stefan used to speak Afrikaans in front of me.
No, that was just English, man.
No, you spoke Afrikaans. Yeah, right in front of. I mean, it was just a bit when we were drunk anyway.
Yeah, that was like English Afrikaans. That was like a mix. That was like funny English from South Africa.
You've got some basic German from Germany.
Yeah, I can have a full conversation in German. It's not perfect. You can hear I'm not German. When I'm in Germany, people are like, "Where are you from?" Germans don't think I'm German. Only other people think I'm German. So you can hear I'm not German when I'm in Germany, but I speak decent German.
when we were in Pakistan, I refer back to this all the time. We were in the COVID test centre thing, and the guy was doing something stupid. And you just turned to me and started speaking Spanish, and we spoke Spanish.
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy looked up at our passports and went, in his head, he was being like, are they speaking Spanish?
Did he say that?
Yeah, he was looking at us, and you could tell he was like, what is happening? But we needed to speak about him because he was doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
And it was mad being able to speak a totally different language to each other, especially a year before that. You didn't speak any Spanish, and you wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah,
It's mad. Language is a boss, love it.
Yeah. I don't know. Learning languages is tops. Like.
And you didn't finish school properly.
No.
So, but your level of Spanish is well better than people who went to university and learned Spanish.
Yeah, you don't have to finish school to
No.
to be smart. That's a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Like people who say you need to finish school, you need to. When I was young, oh man, the amount of shit I got from, like, not colleagues. How would you say, like people in my class, like and teachers, professors, wherever I worked in the job place. You need to finish school. You need to get this education. You need to do a, what do you call that thing? No,
Do a degree.
You need to get a degree, or you need to get a qualification in I don't know. You need to become an electrician. You need to become a plumber. You need to get this 3 years. You know, what do you call it? Ausbildung.
Like an apprenticeship.
Yeah, an apprenticeship. You need to do an apprenticeship. You need to do this. You need to get this paper. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not for me.
People learn differently. I learn by listening and staring at things, and I don't like reading like books to learn.
Yeah.
I learn mine listening and watching videos and stuff. You learn yours practically. You learn your Spanish all in person. You didn't sit there reading books.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't sit still. I'm suffering right now, sitting on this couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I learned Spanish, just like speaking to taxi drivers, to girls, to whatever. And yeah, learning languages is tops. It's a must do. It's like one of the greatest skills in life is to be able to communicate with other people from different countries in their language. So yeah, highly recommend that.
We went shopping yesterday for trainers, for shoes, for sneakers, which made you a bit taller. How tall, Kurt Caz? 4'6", 5'2".
4'6".
4'6".
Just leave it at that.
I've had people message me saying, how tall are you? Because I know Kurt's a bit shorter than you.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah, honestly. And it must be from the angles we've been in videos together.
Yeah.
Because I'm a good 5 centimeters or more shorter than you.
Yeah.
Something like that.
To get it down to centimeters, I'm pretty sure.
Cut. Don't tell them.
Huh? No?
I'm taking the no, it's up to you. Yeah.
Cut!
No, cut.
You're gonna cut this out.
Tom's taller though, right?
Huh?
Tom's taller than you.
Yeah, he's like 1 or 2 centimeters smaller than me. My brother's smaller than me. He's 2 centimeters smaller than me. No, I'm joking. My brother's like 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters taller than me.
Yeah.
He's got a big head, that's all. Anyways, I'm 185 centimeters tall.
So it's like, I'd say like 5'11" in feet, something like that. Do you not, I don't think you're 6 foot.
No, I think it's 6'1".
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't say you're 6 foot.
Type it in. Google it right now,
Therefore,
motherfucker.
If you're 6 foot.
Trying to make me short here, bitch ass.
7'5". So what would you say, 185?
185 centimeters in foot.
6 foot, over 6 foot, yeah, nearly 6'1".
Yeah.
All right.
Officially on my ID, I'm 185 centimeters tall. Dave measured it. I didn't measure it. That's how tall I am. Officially on my ID, and that was when I was like 18. So 185 centimeters tall. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the answer they've been waiting for. How tall are you and what camera do you use? So
What camera do I use? That's a fucking mystery. No one's gonna find that out. You can go fuck
in
yourself.
loads of your videos. They can just watch you and
No, they can just go fuck themselves.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
one's getting my camera.
They want to see this camera. I tell you, they need to see this. What, come in. Come and show us in this camera here. Show us this beast of
All
a
right.
camera.
Okay, guys. While we're at it, we might as well just show the chick. Look at this. Hold on. I'm not gonna. I'm just saying.
This is what he walks around vlogging with this.
Let's just step this up. This is
Show us how you
new
vlog
gear
with this
for the
camera.
second channel. Whatever it is, this is new gear for the second channel. Everybody, yeah, that's it.
It's a beast.
Oof. Dropping big racks, big money.
You've changed.
I have.
Yeah.
I have changed. Things have changed. I haven't changed, things have changed.
Think of situations changed.
All right,
But
is this
again, I just want to pop in. We're doing this not to walk around with a flashy camera. We're doing it for the content.
Yeah, this is good as.
So you can watch cool shit. People want to know how old you are. Are we releasing that info or not?
Yeah. Let's pull the beans. People are gonna find out. Can we have some silence over here?
There's sunglasses everywhere. How old is Kurt Caz? It's the question people are typing in for some reason. I see it in your comments. How old are you, bro?
Yeah.
What camera do you use? How tall are you?
People are probably gonna be surprised.
No, I think so. I think you look closer to my age than people think.
Yeah, I'm 24 years old. In April, people are gonna figure this out.
You were 24 years old in April.
Yeah. 24 years old right now.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm turning 25 in April next year. That's it.
There's the answer. It was a very short answer, but people, especially so you met up with Ricardo, one of my mates.
Yeah.
And he messaged one of the first things. I can't believe how young he is.
Did you say that?
Yeah. Look 40. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mad. That's mad.
Yeah.
People don't expect me to be 24. The thing is, I've been raised with an older brother, and all my friends have always been the age of my brother. They've always been older than me. All my friends have always been older than me. I've never had the same age friends. So yeah, that's probably why I'm this fucking smart and handsome and intelligent.
But none of that shows why you look 35 though, so.
It does. Just had to put that out there.
See, I get these grey streaks put in by the barber. Yeah, I say, make me look a bit older so I can look nearly Kurt's age. Yeah, it's not natural. Just.
I was telling my brother and Martin a story yesterday that we went to Foot Locker and I got some shoes. And I remember when I had my first girlfriend, her name was Zoe. When I had if you're watching this, Zoe, you probably remember this. My first girlfriend, I went with her to a shoe shop called Deichmann. I don't know if you get that in the UK.
Yeah, we've got it. Yeah, and it's in Poland as well.
Yeah,
in Romania. So.
Deichmann or whatever. Deichmann. And I remember back then, I bought 2 shoes for $30, for 30 euros. It was 17 euros for the one shoe and I don't know, 13 or whatever, my math sucks, for the other shoe. And the one shoe was like a knockoff Vans skater shoe and the other one was some high top thing. I was young, I was like 16 or 15. And I was just thinking about that as soon as I walked into Foot Locker yesterday and I just bought whatever Nikes I wanted. I didn't even care about the price. I was just like, these are nice, and I just bought them. And I just thought about that. That was such a mad thought that I was breaking the bank buying $17 shoes. I was like, I went with my first girlfriend to the shoe store and I bought these shoes. She helped me pick them out and I took like an hour to find these shoes. I was trying on these shoes for like an hour to see, are these nice, are these good, for $17 a shoe. And I was like, I was breaking the bank. I was sweating when I was buying those. And yeah, that thought just popped up in my head while I was buying these Nikes. I don't even know how much they cost right now. And I was like, damn, that's
it's a big change, but it shows that you did come from what you portrayed at the start of your channel. It wasn't a lie, you were poor. It was as simple as that.
Money is not going to make you feel better. I was sitting a couple of months ago with a lot of money and I was feeling shit. You know, I was happy as fuck when I was broke and I had a purpose in life, and that was making this channel big. And now that I have this goal, I feel like $1 million again because I have this goal. And
it was strange for me. I can't remember where it was, but we're having this conversation. You were like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. And I was like, but you've got what you want, but you can take it to the next level. You aren't far away from the actual top.
Yeah.
If that's the goal, you're not that far away, which you have to put effort in. But also you've got this other direction now of, there's loads of other entertaining stuff to do. And we want to show people that, and we can do it, and you've got a team that can help you do that now, and you can still make your main channel videos, which is what people followed you for. But so that takes us on to, we're talking about money. People ask the question how you make money, but they don't understand. You've got 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube. That makes money. It's a fairly simple solution.
Being a YouTuber makes money,
you get paid by people watching the videos and adverts come on.
I haven't had any sponsors on the main channel. So if there's any sponsors that want to sponsor my second channel, please hit me up. Thank you very much.
Hit me up.
Yeah, hit him up.
Go on the website, kurtcazarmy.com, click the sponsor, fill in the form. I will get back to you unless it's nonsense. Send me an actual price though. So We will, and if people are getting annoyed by that, we will be doing sponsored videos on the second channel. The first channel will remain raw
Just
content.
stay how it is, yeah. It's just gonna stay how it is.
And the second channel, we will be doing sponsors because that will make us have more money to do more cool shit.
Yeah. People are like, oh, I just want the money, bro. Yeah, money makes more content.
Job.
This is a job. Money makes more content. I'm here to entertain you guys. You know, I'm like a jester in these modern times.
Yeah.
The general.
And I'm this.
General jester.
Go to monkey dance, go do your thing.
Yeah, he's like, go do this, go fucking jump off this cliff. This will be fun.
I'm sat there like that, go.
Yeah, you're like, go do this.
Hey, get a llama. Hey.
Get a llama.
Which one do you guys want?
Don't know.
Which one is which?
You choose.
No, I just want this one. Whatever one. The standard one. Are these face masks?
Yeah.
It's not material, it's liquid. Look.
But it's face mask. You keep it on your face,
leave it
right?
on.
All right. Since you guys think I'm 40 years old, I'm going to show you what I do. Actually, I never do this. This is probably the first time or second time I've put on a face mask.
I'm doing it for some reason. I just accept that I'm 34. You know what I mean?
I've never done this before.
I did this in Iceland the other day, in the Blue Lagoon. Go follow me on Instagram and find out.
I'm always getting fucked up by the sun. My skin looks destroyed. You're putting your face mask on behind the camera. Anyways, what are we gonna do here? Okay,
We should talk about our beauty regime while we're traveling.
beauty regime. Let's talk about the gym. I used to be 95 kilograms in pure muscle when I was training. MMA. I used to do MMA for like 4 or 5 years.
Is that around the same time of that video Tom showed me? Where you were massive in there?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I used to train MMA for like 5 years, a couple of years back, before I started vlogging. Actually, just before I started vlogging. I stopped when I started traveling. Used to train MMA. I got really good at kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, just the basics. I was the guy that was sparring with the semi-pros. It was nothing like that mad. I just did it because I liked it, because I was a young teenager that was frustrated and had nothing else to do. So I was just doing that to keep my mind off things.
That is something people sometimes bring up because you've done your wrestling. You did some sort of wrestling on the beach in Colombia.
Yeah, I mean, I got basic skills in that. I can defend myself. I can fuck up the average man, most people.
So if you try anything,
So
I've
yeah,
lost a lot of weight recently, so I can't I can't do anything.
MMA was a big part of my life. I still like it. I want to get back into that, and that's exactly why we're going to Thailand. I want to get really good in Muay Thai. It's always been a dream of mine. But yeah, so I was massive just a couple of years ago. And how do you stay fit while on the go, while traveling to all these different countries? Well, you kind of lose it after a while, because, you know, it sounds like an excuse, but it's just facts. Facts, for real, no cap. You arrive late in places, then you eat McDonald's, and then you sleep late.
And then the gym's over there.
The gym's over there. Well, yeah, that could sound like an excuse, but you sleep late because you arrived late, you ate McDonald's because it's the only thing that's open. Then you sleep late, you wake up. Everything is an excuse, essentially, but they're pretty valid excuses. Mm-hmm. So you lose it after time. I still try to keep it up. I still try to go to the gym when I have free time, but you know, time is of the essence, and I'm doing face masks right now. This is way more important than lifting up weights.
There's a gym downstairs. Are you gonna go?
Yeah, probably
No,
will.
I'm not going.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna hit the gym. We're gonna hit the fucking gym. You're gonna see that on the 2.0 channel.
There we go. That's how this thing works. So it's behind the scenes. There's a clip of this in that. Then there's the rest of the day. We've got other business stuff to do after this.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff.
And we're gonna hit the gym up with the face mask?
I mean, you can go. I'm not going to the gym. Sack that right off.
Sack that right off. What are you gonna do instead?
I'll sit right here and do nothing. I'll sit here like this.
Happily while you're sweating it off.
Yeah.
How do I look? Is this how a face mask works?
It's blue.
Am I blue?
Yeah.
I need more whiskey.
You're gonna drink that and then go to the gym.
But the whole bottle, no?
But yeah, on that, so mine's different. I was tiny before lockdown in 2020 because I had gone on a mad diet and running, and I was playing football. And then throughout the 2 years, I gained 25 kilos or so. And you were saying to me the whole time, you need to lose weight. And I was like, I will do it at some point.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered. I've got shit to do. And then when I finished in India, I went on a full month of losing weight and it worked. It was that easy.
No, you can't be flobbing around here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're part of the army, you have to be fit. That's one thing. You have to be in shape. I was in shape, but I was like 62 kilograms, and then I started MMA, and I had the guy that I worked for in France. I've said this a couple of times. He was an MMA guy. He got me into it. He was like a black belt judo, brown belt jiu-jitsu, and he was like, you need to fucking eat more and train. And I was like, you're right. So I started eating like pizzas and hamburgers and training and working out. I just stuffed myself like 8 eggs in the morning every day for like 6 months, and then I got fucking massive, 95 kilograms. A lot of these people are on steroids. A lot of these fucking YouTubers are on steroids. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, they're all on steroids. The whole game is on steroids. Everybody's on steroids. I'm gonna knock Jake Paul out. Just watch. Fuck these guys.
Are you
Fuck
saying
these
weight
guys.
classes him, or what? I don't know how big he is.
I don't know. I'll get to his weight. Whatever his weight is, we probably
Can't
the
be
same
much
weight.
taller than you anyway. If he's
No,
if
he's not taller.
taller.
Jake Paul's not taller than
So
me.
you can get to his weight.
Yeah, I'll get to his weight.
Logan Paul's heavy.
Yeah, they big fucking guys because they take TRT. That's why they're losing their hair. They take testosterone. I'll knock the fuck out of them. They don't know how to fight. All these guys don't know how to fight. I can't believe, okay, they train boxing for years, but they don't know how to fight. Man, I can say that Jake Paul, okay, he knows how to fight, but he's not an amazing boxer. I've trained, how do you sound this without trying to hype yourself
Don't
up?
just say it. Fuck it.
I've trained with actual boxers. I know what fighting's supposed to look like. I've trained MMA for 5 years. I know what fighting's supposed to look like. Jake Paul is a good fighter. He's a worthy opponent. Logan Paul is a legit wrestler, but I will knock Jake Paul out in a boxing match. I'll kill him in an MMA match. I will destroy him in a kickboxing match. Logan Paul, on the other hand, is a legit wrestler. I wouldn't like to get in a street fight with Logan Paul, but in a boxing fight, I'll knock Logan Paul off his feet and Jake Paul as well. They don't know how to box in the game of boxing. I've been training boxing since a kid. My dad was a boxer in a police academy in East Germany. He was a brown belt judo master. He trained judo. He taught judo. He taught boxing in a police academy. He was a legit fighter in street fight. So I learned fighting from my dad since a young age. I've been hitting the bag since I was like 4 years old. So I might be a little bit out of shape now, but if I go to Thailand, and after Thailand, I will come back and I will fuck up Jake Paul, and I will fuck up Logan Paul, and I'll fuck up anybody else that wants to get fucked up. Easy as. Let's go.
Someone tweet Jake Paul, tell him Kurt Caz calling him out.
You know, I actually called KSI out, and YouTube, Instagram took it down for violent posts. So they took that down against the community guidelines or whatever. So I can't call anybody out. But if anybody's watching and they want to fight me, I will knock you the out. Let's go. No problem. Let's go.
Let's go, champ. Let's go.
Let's go, champ.
We won't show you what's happening off there. Yeah, you might be able to hear that. Yeah, people see stuff. People talk about stuff online. There's a lot written about you. But in terms of fighting, the comments about you are generally positive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and I truly believe. I just need I haven't done anything because I've been focusing on creating content. But when it comes to fighting, if I go for training for 2 months, put me in a ring with anybody, and I'll well, not anybody, but put me in a ring with non-professional MMA fighters, and I'll fuck them up. I mean, I'm not going to go against an MMA fighter. He will fuck me up. I've trained against professional fighters. I was the guinea pig for professional MMA fighters, and they do fuck you up after a while. I was the guinea pig for semi-professional MMA fighters as well, and there's levels to levels, you know. But when it comes to Jake Paul level, Logan Paul level, they'll get smashed.
But this
and
is
any YouTubers or content creators or influencers or people that put out content, they will get smashed. Anybody, KSI, anybody. I don't care who it is. they will get smashed because there's levels to levels.
But that comment there is a humble comment, because these guys you're talking about don't say this. Jake Paul's like, I'll knock anyone out.
No.
You clearly know if you got put in with an MMA fighter, they would win.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
For sure. You can't
Did you see
win.
Paddy the Baddy went against something like 20 US Marines and choked them all out.
Yeah.
They're solid guys. They're very tough guys. He's an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Levels to
and he
levels.
wasn't even tired after it. You know what I mean? That's what their job is. They're good at it, and they're solid
in a ring.
in a ring.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't use any dirty tactics, because
Yeah.
just gonna beat you.
A small kid with 14 years old in the hood could just kill an MMA fighter. That doesn't count. It's not the same thing. We're talking about fighting in a ring. People are like, oh, bro, I'll fuck you up outside the ring. No, you probably won't. A 14-year-old kid with a gun can fuck anybody up.
Like in Brazil. So
Yeah, that as well. I had like a two 14-year-old drugged up, cracked up, glued up kids point machine guns at me and the guy that took me around his hood.
It's mad.
Yeah, and another guy actually pulled out a gun to us. And I also saw a drunken dude walking around with a bazooka, a drunken old guy with missing teeth and a shirt off was wobbling down the street with a fucking bazooka like this big. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, Brazil is the next level place. If you guys want to see Armageddon type vibes, Brazil is that type of place. Not in Rio de Janeiro, Copacabana, but if you just go into the hood, you'll see shit that you can't even imagine, you can't even fathom what you can see in the favelas in Brazil. You can't film it. But you can't even imagine what you can see in these places. There are mass graves. There are rooftops where they leave bodies to decay, where the vultures come and eat the bodies. That sounds fucked up on this vlog, but there's mad shit going in Brazil, and the favelas is the craziest place on earth. I swear to God. It's like some Afghanistan type vibes in Latin America. There are parties with thousands of dudes, thousands of guys with machine guns, just dancing with the machine guns, kids swinging machine guns around, girls twerking, right next to the principal road, with the police staying on the principal road doing roadblocks and checking pedestrians and shit. And just like one block into the favela are these mad bailes, they call it. So yeah, there is mad shit going on that you can't film, that I can't film, that I would love to film, but you can't fucking get it on camera because you'll die.
Why don't you show more? That's a comment people would write. Why don't you show more? What want me to actually die, or what?
Yeah, you can't film. You can't film. Even if you go with a spy camera, if they find that camera, you're getting chopped up and left on some type of top of a building for the vultures to eat you.
They wouldn't feel anything by killing you because of that.
No.
They would not care. They'd be like, he's gone. Done.
Yeah.
We solved the problem.
There is people that control these hoods in favela, these barrios, these favelas, that control these favelas in Brazil, that feel nothing. They just, okay, you're done. Okay, you took a photo here, you're done. Go. And they get people to just come and execute them and leave them, put their body in this body decomposing place. Yeah, that's common stuff. There's so many YouTubers that go with guides and like and escorts and that just show them around the place, and they stay at these hotels with security and all of that stuff. You guys don't understand.
You did it in Pakistan. You had a Pakistani guy in the train with you and in the tuk-tuk, and yeah.
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many of these YouTubers go to these dangerous places and do these dangerous things, but they've gone with a guide. They've gone with a package. They've organized this tourist package where they're protected, where they stay at these protected hotels and shit like that. They don't have to keep an ear open if they get a fucking bang on the door. It's the fucking cartel looking for them because they filmed in the wrong drug trading street. You know?
That was the thing when you were in Venezuela. So I was somewhere in Europe, and you were like, right, I've just landed in Venezuela. I've sent you my location. I'm at this hotel. You genuinely thought when you went out, you'd come back and all your stuff would be gone. You checked.
Yeah.
It was in the video.
Yeah. Yeah, the undercover police, you guys can see that all in the video.
Yeah. Like when you're going to do something super dangerous, you let me know where you're going.
Yeah, I sent him like a
location thing.
I said, all right, I'm going into this place. That's what happened in Pakistan.
There was the maddest thing. So I'll tell a bit. So it was the last day, full day.
Yeah.
I had an idea, and it ended up being a shit video of me walking around a nice bit, and you were going to Oranjetown.
Pakistan's biggest slum. Actually, it's considered the world's biggest hood, world's biggest slum, barrio, whatever you want to call it.
You said to me, because you didn't have data and I did,
Yeah.
I will be back at, let's just say 3 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
If I'm not back by 5, you need to do something because there's an issue. So 5 o'clock comes around, I'm lying on the bed going,
Not bad.
yeah, I know Kurt, I'll give him till 6. Nothing. And I'm texting my mate who's in the army. What do I do? Because there are army guys everywhere here.
Everywhere in Pakistan,
But
yeah.
this is massive. I'm never going to find him. But if at 7 o'clock comes, I've got to go and get the army involved. And I know I could have. And I was stood at the door.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, it actually happened. I'm gonna have to do the A-team. Shall I take my camera and go and make an saving Kurt Caz from Pakistan hood? And I was like, no, this is serious. And I got to the door and I was like, I need to wait 10 more minutes.
Bing! And I arrived on the door.
Boom! What a day! I was like,
What a day!
I was like, fuck it, honestly.
High on Chalia, chewing Chalia.
I was like,
oh man, that was a crazy day.
I was like, Kurt, I was just about to get the army to take me to Orangi town.
Fuck.
But that's the thing, how do people know you're safe? It's still super dangerous because I don't know where you are. But you've given me like a destination and where your hotel is.
And an idea of what I'm doing,
You always surpass the time. Always. Sometimes a day goes past and you still haven't got any data. Ecuador, I had no fucking clue where you were then. And you said, I'm going somewhere, I've left my bags with Ricardo or whatever, and then you're off, and then you send me a picture of your arm covered in blood. And then you go offline again for a full day.
Yeah, I actually did that recently, with Bolivia. I'm always in contact with you. I'm always
but
just
the
like,
problem was, in Bolivia, you said, right, I'm going on the world's most dangerous road, and here's my location. I went, Kurt, I'm in Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
What am I meant to do?
I was like, boss, we both about to kill ourselves.
There's air raid sirens happening right now, and you're telling me you're going off road and with a llama. So we had no, I don't know what I'm supposed to do from Europe, fly to Bolivia and find you. But I mean, at least
Pretty
I
much.
can tell the police
what the job position entails there.
I didn't work here
If
until
I get
today.
missing, you're supposed to come and get me.
Time for you to go to the gym.
Time for me to hit the gym. Time to carry on with the second vlog.
Time for you to click subscribe and leave messages of what you want from. Like, is there something that we've discussed that we didn't go into detail on? Like, we might have just skipped over something like the McKendy thing.
For sure.
You can ask them. We can tell. We can do another one in a few weeks, few months, whatever. And anything else that, maybe I've missed something specific that they needed to know. They now know how tall you are. They now know
my age,
your age, how heavy you are, where you're from, when you had a knife pulled on you, where we met, all this stuff. This podcast is available on YouTube. We should watch it, but if you're listening, you're probably listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It's available everywhere it should be. Thanks for watching. Thanks
subscribe to the KurtCazArmy.com.
You have to.
Become a soldier, a corporal.
Whichever one you want. And you'll see us around. You'll be sick of us soon.
Yeah, you're going to see our faces on every corner of the internet. Let's go.
Done.